Hi all. Hello everyone. Is my voice audible? Yes, no? You can put a thumbs up if my voice is audible clearly. Yeah, all right. It's audible. Yeah. So hi everyone. I'm so glad to take this meeting at the first place. It's been a long time since I have interacted with students. So I also feel very happy when I'm when we take live meetings, right? So it feels very good. So I hope you all know the agenda and and we'll work towards solution. Firstly, it's a very happy time for us to be in, right? I suppose most of you are close to your graduation, and we'll know many things related to your placements today. Yeah, right. So I'll I'll just share my screen. Just give me a second. Are you able to see my screen? Just give a thumbs up if you are able to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So firstly, the thing that I want you to understand is that before coming to this session or before preparing this PPT or anything, we have gone through every feedback, every form field that you have given to us. Previously, there was a form shared, right, few days back. Each and every field was gone through by us, and after that, we are taking this session. So I just want you to understand that before we go any further, right? So firstly, this is a webinar placements. As you might have already known, this is a webinar on placement. That's the agenda. And I'm Girish. I'm head of placements at NXTWAVE, and I'm a graduate of IIT Kharagpur. And after graduation from IIT, I started my journey with NXTWAVE. Right. So yeah, today's agenda will be your path towards placements. How you will go up the ladders towards your placements. Firstly, in this particular session, we'll understand clearly on what the market scenario is. Okay. So in terms of market scenario, I mean what's happening in the market today, how are companies feeling, what are companies doing overall. We'll understand that in detail, and further we'll understand what's happening at next wave, right? Next wave scenario, we'll understand next wave scenario, and one important key thing each and everyone will know is that what is the ideal skill profile in order to get a job. That's one of the very key thing that you'll know in this particular session. Okay, what is the ideal skill profile to get a job that we aim for? Okay, and then you'll understand how dedicated placement support would be for you going further, and the CTA. This will be the brief agenda. Let's go into one after the other. Okay, right. So firstly, let's get into understanding market scenario. So how many of you have been following news? If you have been following news, you can just give a thumbs up. Have you been following news so far? Like you might be seeing what companies are doing, a lot of termination, all of that. So you might be seeing all of that, right? Yes or no? Even if you want to ignore it, I don't think we can do, because anywhere we go on digital, anywhere we see on news, every day we see people companies terminating people. Yes or no? I've just gathered few articles here to just show you. So a lot of people, even in the top colleges like IITs or anywhere, a lot of people aim to go to the FANG companies, right? FANG companies of the world. So they have some millions of dollars of revenues running. They are valued at trillions. Some of them are valued at trillions. Yesterday I saw news that uh, Microsoft is valued at 4 trillion now. So when they are valued at multiple trillions, these companies have Google has laid off thousands of people. You can see the articles in Economic Times, and Facebook has laid off 10,000 people. Amazon lays off multiple rounds of people. So you understand the scenario, right? These companies are very big. Yes or no? Yes, no? Are these big companies? Are these the companies that we aim for a lot of times, right? We aim for these companies a lot of times. People strive a lot to go there. Yes or no? People who went into those companies. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. So people who go into these companies, they go after a lot of hard work, a lot of ambition. They go into those companies, right? But they are terminated today. While while these big companies have lots of revenues, are doing lots of good business, it's their state to terminate some people, maybe due to low performance. There can be numerous reasons for that. While this is the case, the hiring is also happening in few verticals, right? So for example, in a company, whichever verticals are doing more and more business, company will try to double down on those verticals. Wherever they see less ROI in the resources spent, they try to terminate people from there. That way, Google's, Amazons of the world, they are terminating people. So we should embrace the fact that the market scenario is not as good as how it was in say 2021 or 2022. Now things are a little disturbing, but there is no need to worry at all. Firstly, okay, there are few companies that are terminating people. There are the market news is there, right? And secondly, you also know this, right? Most of you might have been seeing these are available on internet. You can see private colleges see 50 to 70% drop in placements for the past 2 years. This is for the 2023 batch or the 2024 batch. The narrative in the market or wherever we see in the news, it says that company colleges have the placements in colleges have significantly come down. Have you seen these articles? Yes, no? You can just put a thumbs up if you have seen, right? So there are a lot of articles in the market that says that campus placements have come down. But one thing all of you should understand is that it's the same articles that there is a 50 to 70% drop in placements, right? While big companies are firing, the campus placements have come down a lot. I know that there must be a lot of questions in your mind saying that what will be the state of us, say, after we graduate. Yes, no. So one thing that we should understand here is that we can't control the market, right? Can we control the market? You and I, can we control the market? If you can control the market, you just say that yes, we can control. You can put a thumbs up. Otherwise, no, right? So majorly, we cannot control the market at all. Market scenario is not in our hands, not in our hands at all. We should embrace however the market is and work towards it. What is in our hands is that building skills is in our hands. Yes or no? While the market scenario is bad, market scenario is not good as the previous years, still building skills, and building skills now is even more important because companies are demanding more for limited number of positions. Yes or no? When the resources are in crunch, what they'll do is they'll expect more from the candidate. Yes or no? So building skills is even more important at the moment, right? So one thing that all of you should understand is that before we go any further, market cannot be controlled. We should embrace market how it is, but we can always control what skills are we learning or where are we heading. Yes or no? Right? Do you agree with me? We can always control that, right? You can put a thumbs up if yes. Right? Yeah. So while the market scenario is like that, let's clearly understand how the scenario is at NXTWAVE. Okay. I want all of you guys to fully focus on this. Okay. Right. So let's understand how the scenario is at NXTWAVE. Okay. Firstly, at NXTWAVE, there are 120 plus companies that are reaching out to us for their hiring needs. Every month we are getting 120 plus companies. So if we calculate to every day, it will be close to four companies are coming every day to hire people from us. Isn't it a fortunate thing? Firstly, isn't it a very good position that we are in while the Amazons and Googles of the world are firing people? Isn't it a good place we are in that 120 companies are coming everyone to hire with us, right? Right. So Firstly, we have a comfort zone that there are a lot of opportunities available for us at NextWave. Firstly, I want each and every one of you to understand that there are a lot of opportunities. However, the market scenario is, we are still speaking to companies. Companies are still coming to us to hire people and asking for more and more people. I'll just quote few examples from last month. Just whatever happened last month to this month. Okay, there is a company. So many companies have reached out to us over the past few months. For example, NatWest, Lloyd's. These are called GCCs, right? They call them Global Capability Centers, right? Global Capability Centers. Whenever they start new or whenever they want teams, they'll hire in huge numbers. So they'll hire in huge numbers and they will want to take support from someone like NextWave to fill their positions. So we are in a very good state that most of the GCCs are reaching out to us today to hire people. One such example is that something that happened very last month, right? There is a company named Lloyd's Bank. Okay. Lloyd's Bank has hired 40 students from us. Now the count is 70. We haven't updated it. Few of the students are yet to get offers. Okay. Now the count is close to 68 or 69. Okay. So these people have got a salary of minimum of 8 LPA and 8 to 10.7 LPA. Only 3 or 4 people got 8 LPA. Rest everyone got 10.7 LPA. While the market state is like that, if we are getting say 70 students or forget about the number, so many students getting placed in a very big company for a salary of 10.7 LPA. Is it a great thing or not, given the market scenario is like that? Right? So we are in a very good state that companies are reaching out to us to fill positions. And these 40 people have joined their company. They're very happy. It's a brand new office with most of the people from NextWave, right? Companies are very happy. Lloyd's is very happy. Our students are very happy with the kind of offers that they got, right? So, and they have verbally shared with me that when I spoke to them in the meeting, they have verbally shared with me that they'll subsequently hire 600 people. 600 people before July, all freshers. Trained people before July, all freshers. If we just take Lloyd's company seriously, I think the number of people in this meet are lesser than the number of openings just that Lloyd's has quoted to us. Yes or no? So the point I'm trying to make is, don't go into panic or don't go into any kind of don't consider this noise that's going on in the market. You see articles, you see everything else, it's fine. But you should understand what's happening at NextWave. There are a lot of companies, there are companies coming on a day-to-day basis. We are also putting efforts on a day-to-day basis to get you more and more companies, right? To hire more and more companies to hire, right? And just tell me one part. If we just take this particular company seriously, then itself the openings are 600, and they want all the openings to close by say July August time. If we have skills, there are a lot of opportunities to hire with us. And there's one more company that we spoke recently. So how many of you know ThoughtWorks? If you know ThoughtWorks, you can put a thumbs up. ThoughtWorks company, how many of you know it? Right? So ThoughtWorks told us that they'll hire 100 graduates from NextWave for 10 LPA plus. They haven't freezed the salary yet. It will be more than 10 LPA. And they want to start hiring from say March 10th. That's the time that they have told. They want to hire 100 people. And there are numerous companies like that. I just put 2 companies because you understand the kind of companies that are coming to us. Okay. And there are like this, there are 120 companies, 130 companies that come to us every month to talk to us and give relevant opportunities to us. Right? This is on one side. And recently we have done. How many of you saw these things on LinkedIn? If you have seen it, you can put a thumbs up. That we are doing a lot of HR and TA events. Why do you think we are doing it? And wherever we go, we have done it in. You can see the pictures. We have done it in Chennai, Bangalore, two in Hyderabad. So what I do is we go there, speak to them, make them understand how the students are, how the curriculum is, what the team is, and everything, and they get very impressed with the kind of pedagogy or whatever we are training you upon, the kind of outcomes that they have got so far. The moment we say that we have got so many thousands of people placed in a span of 2-3 years, they get very impressed and they want to hire even more. For example, from the event in Chennai that we conducted in Chennai, you can see the picture. It happened just on last Saturday. We did it on last Saturday. It's very latest, and all these things also are done in the past few days itself, past few months itself, and all the companies are so happy to hire with us more and more. And everyone whom you see in this picture are so experienced. They are in HR or TA space, and they are into hiring. They have some connection with hiring. Just imagine the kind of opportunities that we'll get from all these people when we have the right skills. Do you understand? So there are so many companies that are ready to hire our students. We are doing a lot of meetups. They also give us the requirements. We try and help them understand how they can hire better, where they can find good people, what is the way to assess. We keep discussing these things. We have moved to an extent where companies allow us to sit in their interviews. Like, for example, if someone from NXTWAVE is attending a company's interview, Lloyd's people got placed, right? We were sitting in their interviews. When Lloyd's people were interviewing us, we were sitting in their interviews. Isn't it a good state for us to be in? So all the companies have so much respect towards us, right? So this is one thing, and all the top companies, we've been meeting people. So, for example, Flipkart, Amazon, Infosys, NatWest, SAP Labs, Tech Mahindra, all these people are uh, heads of hiring in those companies. They have, say, 20 years, 30 years of experience and have been heading their respective divisions for 20 years straight. So if they want to hire, it's just within a span of 1-2 minutes, they can take a decision. Whomever you are seeing here, they're so like their the seniority level is so big that they can help us with opportunities just like that. Whenever they have requirement, they'll come to us, right? And moreover, we have a huge network of best in class IT professionals. Yes or no? So you know our team, right? All of us are from premier institutes, IITs, or we have huge networks so far. Some of them you might have seen in podcasts also. Yes or no? So we have so many people who are working in top IT companies. For example, Google, Apple, Twitter, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google again, Swiggy, Samsung, from all sorts of companies, we have people who are already working. And right, companies do hiring while there are a lot of divisions, while there isn't mass hiring happening, even now there is lateral hiring happening for a lot of companies. Okay, and all these people, I'll show a few more examples. You can see Vamshi is from Google, Sulip is from Facebook, Venkat is from Tesla, Srinivas is from Amazon. Priyatam has taken podcast for you already. Priyatam is from Microsoft. So there are huge number of people like this who are in our network, who are very close to us, who know in and out of what we do, and they are ready to refer our students to the opportunities that are in that are in their company. Let's say if they get notification whenever they have a lateral opening, okay, and these people have an incentive. Generally, they get paid 50,000 to 1.5 lakh whenever they refer someone. Okay, so we have a third party service to do a clear assessment of you. Okay, and the assessment is also done by people from Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and big companies like that. They come and do the assessment. Okay, and if they feel, if all these people that are in our network, if they feel that you are worth, if we give a validation to them that hey, this person is eligible for this particular role, then the access to those positions is just on a snapshot for you. You can just snap and uh, you can get access to all those companies. So one thing I want you to understand here entirely is that in terms of access to companies or opportunities, we are in a very strong position now, that we have so many companies that are hiring with us. We are doing efforts on a day-to-day basis. We have 2 more events lined up next month, wherein we'll go and meet TAs and HRs from different companies. For example, the pictures that I was showing, right? There are at least in Chennai we got around 120, 130 TAs. In Hyderabad we got 150 TAs. In one more event in Hyderabad, we brought in only elite people, the topmost people, around 30 people, and in Bangalore we got around 50 people. All these people are in big companies. To just quote some examples, there are people from Microsoft, right? There are people from top companies who have attended these TA meetups and are ready to hire with us whenever there is a requirement. What do you think? Isn't it a good state that we are in? That we have connects with so many companies and we have access to so many opportunities. Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Right. So many companies are speaking to us on a day-to-day basis, trying to understand what we're doing, and are keen to understand how we are training students to such good outcomes. They are always curious to understand how so many people are able to learn and complete the course and build the skills. They are very curious to understand. So subsequently, they have eagerness to hire with us, and we there are at least 20 companies after the Chennai event that came to us and told that we'll hire people. Just give us the people that we require. Okay. In most of the cases, the sad part is that in most of the cases, what happens is they come with a requirement. They come with a requirement to us, and we won't have so many people to give them to satisfy their requirement. Not in terms of number of people, in number of skilled people with the kind of skills that they need. That's the sad part here. While we have access to so many opportunities that are there in the market, while we have access to so many opportunities, the sad part is that we should be skilled for that, right? Will it be sufficient if we have thousands of opportunities? Will it be sufficient? I'm asking a question. No, right? Definitely no. So what we'll need to do? Let's understand what we'll need. Okay, the market scenario is like this. There are so many people, so many TAs and HRs. We have a huge IT professional network from top companies. We have companies like Lloyd's, ThoughtWorks, and many more coming to hire. While the position is like this, what are the companies expecting? Let's understand that in detail now. Okay, all these people are our IT network. So just added Microsoft, Mastercard, Disney, Hotstar, Amazon. All these companies pay to the north of 15 LPA in general, typically whenever they hire people, right? So let's understand what would companies look at, what would companies need at the first place, right? Till here, is it clear for everyone? Whatever we have spoken till now, is it clear for everyone? If it's clear, you can put a thumbs up. Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah. So let's now clearly understand on what the ideal skill profile is. Okay, ideal skill profile. What do you mean by skill profile? Whatever you have learned or whatever skills you have built, companies would expect your skill profile to understand which all which all technologies you have grip upon, which all technologies you know, which all technologies you do not know. Companies would understand this in detail. And if you know some technology, to what extent do you know it, or what is your skill level in that particular say skill, right? So let's now understand things in detail. This is the most important slide in this entire presentation. So you might want to focus fully on this. Okay, right? So typically, whenever companies look to hire, right? Whenever companies look to hire, typically this is the division of job opportunities of or the salaries mapped to the kind of skills they would expect from you. First and foremost, to get a job offer of level one, say 4 to 8 LPS package. Okay, so companies would at a basic level expect you to have aptitude. Okay, aptitude, then communication, yeah, then soft skills, programming foundations, whichever programming language that you're working upon. Say if it's in Python, they would expect some programming foundations for you, problem solving ability. Okay, and full stack in terms of whatever curriculum we have, React, Node. Stacks might be different for, because some companies might hire for .NET, some companies might hire for Java. For example, all the people that got hired in Lloyd's are hired for Java roles. But whatever we are learning at NXTWAVE, it's like you are learning driving today, right? So if it's when you are learning full stack, you are learning on React and Node at the moment. Yes or no? So when you learn React and Node, tomorrow if you have to work on Java, Spring Boot, or whatsoever the technology is, .NET or anything, you can just adapt to it quickly and learn. Let's say you learn driving on say Maruti car. Just quoting as an example, if you learn driving on a Maruti car and tomorrow someone gives you a Kia car, will you struggle? Will we struggle? No, right? We'll just adapt to it quickly. There might be few changes, but once you are accustomed with driving, you can go to any car and drive it just like that. Similarly, you'll have to just learn syntax if you are to if it's for other technologies, and uh, that should do. Okay, and all our students have already learned Java, and they'll probably start working in projects in a few weeks time. Okay, right? So that's one part. And projects, whenever you do full stack, companies would expect projects, hands-on projects, whichever we have on platform already. uh, they are robust enough to for companies to help and for companies to understand whether you are skilled in a particular technology or not. Right, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so that's the first part. For 4 to 8 LPA, typically companies expect aptitude, communication, soft skills, programming foundations, full stack, and projects. This is the typical range. And depending on company to company, so few companies might want to focus more on soft skills. Few companies might want to focus more on programming foundations. So depending on the kind of work style they are in, for example, few companies would have US clients, right? They would focus more on soft skills. Some companies would focus more on your programming than anything else. Some startups would need more of hands-on than anything else. So depending on the company, which ones of these they would give priority to will differ. Okay, going to level 2, it's typically to the salary of 8 to 12 LPA. When you learn DSA to a easy level, after all this, if you learn DSA to a easy level, there are three divisions in DSA even on our platform, right? So there is easy, medium, and hard. Typically for easy and medium, you'll have to solve 300 problem patterns. Okay. Okay. And if you solve easy level DSA problems, then typically you get a salary of 8 to 12 LPA in the market. And if you go beyond and do DSA medium level questions, that is the 300 problem solving patterns that I'm talking about, then you typically get a salary of 12 to 18 LPA from the market. Okay. These are so one thing that all of you should understand is these are not fixated numbers. These are ballpark numbers from what we understood after speaking to 3,000 plus companies. What we understood is this pyramid. Okay. And the hardest level, once you can solve DSA hard level questions, you will be getting typically 18 LPA and more. And it can go to any level up to say 40, 50 LPA also. Right. So this is the outline. How many of you are clear with this? Just put a thumbs up if you are clear. Yeah. Yeah. So this is very, very important. All of you have to understand. So while the company's opportunities are more, we'll have to also see which of them will we aim for or which of them will be suitable to before applying for a particular opportunity, right? This is the typical division. If you are ready with something today, then there are opportunities with us, and mapping is a very easy job. Okay, there are lots of companies to hire even today. Don't get disturbed or deviated with kind of narrative that's going on in the market. The kind of articles that you see, there is no need to panic at all. We are in a very comfortable position where we have uh, where we have uh, uh, where we are doing meetings with a lot of companies, getting requirements from them, and they are also eager to hire. Okay, right? So it's a happy news for all of us, right? If so many companies are hiring with us every month, is it a happy news for us or not? Right? So yeah, going to the next part. Okay, now, okay, sir. There are a lot of opportunities in the market, and there are huge opportunities even for us. Very, very big opportunities. I understand. So I also understand the kind of skills that I'll have to build. But let's clearly understand what kind of support you'll get from NextWave, and right, this one second, yeah, what kind of support you'll get from NextWave, right? Firstly, what happens is that whenever companies come to NextWave to hire, for example, Lloyd's came in and they wanted to hire people immediately. So they hired last month, and today already 40 people are on the job. So you understand the point, right? There are so many companies that come to us, but they want to hire people immediately. They want to hire people immediately. They want people to join immediately, right? So whenever companies come, they expect our students, if they get selected, they should join immediately. For example, if you are college, I understand that most of you are still in college. If you are still in college and your college accepts to join immediately in a particular company, you can apply today also and go. Okay, but the point is, once they give the offer, we should not tell reasons again. We should join them immediately and give respect to the offer that they give. Yes or no? So companies come to NextWave with an expectation that NextWave candidates are good, obedient, they're knowledgeable, and all of that, right? So we should respect whatever company relation that we have, and if they are giving us an offer, we should respect it, right? So firstly, all of you should understand is that most of the cases, companies hiring from NextWave expect students to join immediately. So if your colleges agree, or if your colleges would be okay, and if you are eligible, you can apply happily, and uh, if you're clear, you can join. Is this part clear to everyone? Give a thumbs up if you are clear with it. Right. Right. Awesome. Awesome. So going to the next part, even for the companies that come to your campus, right? We have the greatest news for each and every one of you is that at these four levels, whatever is required, we have things ready. If you want to learn, we have things ready. And for aptitude, communication, soft skills, programming foundations, React Node projects, all these things we already have on a platform, and you can happily learn them and apply to any company, right? So going to the next part, if you guys are applying for campus placement today, okay, even for getting trained for that, we have aptitude courses, we have communication courses, we have we have programming. We'll curate it in a right way and give it to you for revision. We already have a lot of things. If there is any particular company that you are aiming for, you can reach out to us. I'll tell you how to reach out also. You can reach out to us and our team will support you subsequently, right? So even for campus placements, there will be support from our end. There will be guidance materials given to you. There will be different kind of sessions that will be given to you to for you to clear campus placements also. Okay. So whenever there is a campus placement, for example, you get selected in a particular company, you inform us. It shouldn't be the case that without informing, you take a decision or you say that I don't want the offer, right? Right. One good thing is that going to the next part, I'll cover something and come back to these things. Okay. You will have post placement support also starting now from next wave. We've been giving it. I'm just formally putting it to you forward. Post placement support also. So a lot of you might be confused on whether to join an enterprise, big company, or a small company. How to go about the decision, right? Do you want? Should we join a startup? Should we join a big company? Should we join an enterprise? Yes or no? So everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. Firstly, I just want to tell you pros and cons will be there for both of them. For example, if you're going into an enterprise in the sense of big companies, be it service based or product based, big companies, established firms, to the likes of TCS, Wipro, Techem, or any other company, right? These will be, say, in entire India, there will be 300, 400 companies like this, which are very, very established and big companies, right? If you go into enterprises like that, or there are some tier 2 companies also, right? If you go into enterprises like that, you won't get more and more of hands-on, right? Things will be established, things will already have shape there, right? And you might have to follow a set of, say, in the bigger picture, you will be not contributing so much, but there will be a project assigned to you and there will be structured process. There will be some mentor to you who will take you through the process and everything will be established and structured. Whereas in startups, it's more hands-on. You'll have to experiment more. There will be an amount of risk that goes into it, right? So when it's a startup, you get more and more hands-on, right? Things won't be very structured. They think about things on the go. They change things on the go. Sometimes funds might not be sufficient. It happened in very few cases, but I'm just telling you so that you clearly understand the scenario. Sometimes funds might not be sufficient. Sometimes once you join, there might not be anyone to train you properly because they are occupied with their own things. Generally, in startups, resources are limited. In enterprises, resources are so huge that the work will be distributed among all the resources. So workload will be relatively lesser. Whereas in startups, you will have to own things, right? So work style will be completely different in a startup and a enterprise. Okay, is this part clear? But there is no rule that you just ignore startups because there is more hands on, there is a lot of work. It's important that you get your hands dirty in the initial stages of your career. You have to work a lot because there will be lots of learning. Whenever you join a startup, there will be lots of learning, right? For so now you can take a decision on whatever you want. I'm just quoting it an example so that you have idea of what exactly are how exactly work cultures are in enterprise and in a startup, right? So in any case there is any mishap that happens after you get a job, okay, you will be given placement support for any reason. For any reason, if there is any mishap happening in a particular company, you will be given placement support from us again. We'll extend and give it. We've already been doing that. I'm just formally telling it to you. Okay, right? And one more thing is, all of you will get continuous support till you reach 12 LP or 24 LP or whatever the thing is. For example, today, say you join for a salary of say 6 or 7 LPA, for example. Okay, and you keep building skills. You complete that DSA level 1, level 2, whatsoever. Say in 6 months to 8 months time, or say 1 year time. Even then, you will be getting support from us to reach the goal that you want to. Isn't it a good thing? Okay, so you'll have continuous support from us till you reach the salary that you aim for. Okay, right? Is this part clear to everyone? I'll move to the next part. You can put a thumbs up if it's clear for you. Yeah. So you'll have post placement support. Again and again, I'm telling, we are in a very good shape. We are in a very good zone. All of us have to keep our head straight and get going on the kind of skills that we should build. The skill profile thing that I've shown, that's the most important thing here. Depending on where you are or what you want to learn or what you want to get, you might want to focus on that properly. And there is, whenever you are ready with a particular skill, there are opportunities for us. There are companies that can hire for us. Okay. And opportunities are abundant. Even now, even in this market, opportunities are abundant. If there is anyone telling you otherwise, please don't get deviated, or please don't take anything else into your mind. There are a lot of opportunities. Just keep believing that, and all of you will be in the right path. Okay, right? So I hope this part is clear. I'm just going back, right? So you'll get support for campus placements also. If you need any support with a particular company, just reach out to us on that. We'll give you with the reading material, or there are a lot 1500 plus companies that have already hired through us, right? If so many hired, just imagine the number of companies that have conducted interviews with us. We have all that intelligence now. So whenever you are facing a particular company, if you reach out to us and tell the team, they'll help you with the interview process of that particular company, the kind of questions that you get, and all of that, right? So that will be a huge boost for you when you give a particular interview. Okay, and going further, so one very happy thing for each and every one of you is that there will be success coaches allotted to you. Success coaches will travel with you in the learning journey. They'll question you if you're not following something. So all of us will agree upon a particular path, depending on your current skill, depending on your current learning methodology. You'll be suggested a particular path. Okay, and These success coaches will travel with you along the journey. Okay, isn't it a good thing? So they'll be along with you in the learning journey. And once your learning is completed, and you're done with your learning, there will be people allocated to you called as placement success managers, who will day in and day out understand what all interviews are you attending, what all questions are being asked, where all are you lacking, and what improvements can you make in order to get a particular job. These placement success managers, once interviews start for you, or once you feel that you are ready for placements, they'll be allocated to you. And each and every interview that you attend, they'll try to understand where you are lacking. And some of the interviews, we are only sitting and we see the recordings of your interviews. So our placement success managers will clearly understand where you are lacking, and depending upon that, they'll suggest improvements to you. Okay, so one biggest advantage that you're getting here is that you'll have people along with you while you are learning, and you'll have people along with you while you are attending the interviews to improve both of them. But you'll have to put effort in both of the cases. Placement success managers can help you with suggestions on if you're lacking somewhere, but you'll have to do the interviews well. Depending, you should take their suggestions seriously, and you'll have to do the interviews very, very well, right? So all these placement success managers and success coaches, their only objective is to take you to the best, unleash your full potential and take you to the best job that's possible for you. Everyone's objective is that here. One thing that you should understand is that everyone is motivated to do that. And if you put one step, all these people will put 10 steps for you. Right? So all these people will be allotted to you. Okay. Is this part clear? Yeah. Okay. So one more good news is that lately companies have been conducting a lot of offline drives. Offline drives, you can see our students sitting there, right? These are all our students waiting for interviews, and they are writing tests in the top right thing, and they are going through GD. Our course mentors, like our head of student success, Aiteja, is speaking to the students to help them understand where they are lacking. So we will also be there at the offline drive. When you attend a particular offline drive, we'll also be there. So time to time, whenever we get any intelligence on where you are lacking, you'll get feedback from us. Okay, and you can improvise things on the go and attend interviews and give your best. Okay, so you have a lot of cushion now to do best things possible. Okay, there is no need to take the noise that's there in the market. Okay, we should believe whatever is happening around us. There are a lot of companies that are hiring. There are a huge number of companies, and we are putting even more efforts to get you the companies you deserve. Okay, and opportunities are lot more than you think. That they just clearly understand this, and rest of it would be, once skills are built, mapping is a very easy job. Okay, right? So it's very, very important for each of us to build the right skills that are required, that we have seen in the pyramid that I've shown, and each of us should put efforts towards that. Once you get a job, once you get your first job, you'll have post placement support also, where you can continue learning first, and also whenever you want to apply for a particular company, you get access to it very easily. And one more thing, for example, today, if you aren't, my suggestion is that whenever you feel you are ready in a particular concept or a particular level, applying for those companies will be logical. Otherwise, even if you, let's say, if people apply to Google today, the very reason companies come to NXTWAVE is that they can find skilled people, they can find people suitable for them. Yes or no? Companies come to us for that reason, right? And if we aren't skilled enough and apply for those companies, will they respond? So once we are ready with the skills, applying for companies is more logical, and we don't want to waste our efforts also, right? As students, we don't want to waste our efforts also. If our efforts are fully into learning, we can focus on that, and once we think we are ready, we can go ahead and give the interviews. If we aren't ready and go and give the interviews, there is 99% chance that will not get shortlisted, or will not even get say response from the company. So sorry for that. Yeah. So there are offline drives happening. These things will start for you people also, where you can go to offline drives and give interviews, take guidance from our people, right? So we're in a very happy zone. We are in a very safe zone. You have enough cushion under you to safeguard everything. Okay. So we are very geared up even to see success, right? And some more things that I want to discuss with you in detail is that you'll have next mock. Next mock is something that will help you so much in interviews. This is after understanding thousands of students where they are lacking in terms of which technology they are lacking, what companies are asking for. All these things we have figured out and put in next mock. Okay. And it's an AI driven mock interview platform where next mock will ask you a question, and depending on what you answer, it will assess you and give you a feedback. Isn't it great? Yes or no? Just put a thumbs up if you feel that it's great. We have huge repository of questions, huge intelligence from thousands of companies interviews that came to NXTWAVE and hired, right? All those thousands of companies intelligence we are putting into next mock, so that things don't seem new for you when you attend interviews, right? You can practice more and more in next mock, and the kind of suggestions you get, you will automatically get better. And by the time you go to interview, you'll feel that nothing is new. You won't be surprised for anything. There can be some questions that you might not know, but everything will be a known playground for you in the interviews. So practicing more on next mock. So all these resources, even if they are there, and if we do not use them, then there is no point. Yes or no? So we should use all the aptitude courses, all the communication soft skills courses that we have. We should use Nextmock to improve our skills a lot, improve our interviewing skills. And the more we practice, the easier the interview process will be for us. Whenever we go to the interviews, the easier it will be. Yes or no? Oh, right. Whenever you practice more and more, things will seem very easy in the interview process. If we neglect here, what will happen is we'll struggle in the interview processes. Okay. So taking this seriously is very important. Okay. And like I said previously, we have expert interviewers from top companies. On request, they'll conduct mock interviews. Okay. Whenever you feel you are ready, or you clear a particular test for the particular assessment of a course, then you'll be having mock interviews too with expert interviewers. And you'll have offline trainings too for last mile preparation, wherein you come to a stipulated place where we suggest a place and you come there. We train you for a few days before a particular interview on nitty gritties that are required. And once you are ready, you can go and give the interviews. So all these things are the steps that we are taking from our end to support you, to accelerate your journey to towards placement, to support you as much as possible, right? And one thing that you should understand is the objective of all of us at NextWave is to help you understand and support you as much as possible to reach the goal that you've kept. Okay, right? And there will be offline assessments. So what happens is when we are dealing with so many companies and so many students, what happens is companies also would expect some authentic. See, when I say authentic, uh, companies would want to see something that's very authentic scores, or companies want to ensure that you have completed the course, you have cleared the test properly, right? All the tests that we put, you can do them online also, but when you do the offline assessments that we keep, then you get a verified mark. So companies at a lot of times are skeptical that students might copy if it's an online exam. Companies are a lot skeptical on that, and they trust this offline assessment score very much. And for us also, it's our responsibility that among you itself, if there is someone, one or two people or three people copying, and they go forward in a particular test, we don't want that to happen, right? We don't want that to happen, right? They're taking someone's position. Someone deserves it, and that's not happening. Companies would also want to ensure that, so they emphasize more on offline assessments. So you can always attempt the online assessment test, but when you give offline assessments, you get a verified score from our end on that, because it's in our visibility. We ensure that there is no plagiarism, or there is nothing of that sort. And companies also trust that a lot. The first fundamental point is that companies trust the score a lot. Okay, due to various things, due to various other interactions companies have externally in the market, they would want to ensure that there is some authentic score for each and everyone to assess everyone before they can make a hiring decision. Okay, so for that reason we are doing offline assessments too, and it's upon your choice whether you can come offline or write online. It's on your choice. Okay, and one more thing is tech expert mock interviews that we have already discussed. Okay, right. So we have already discussed on post placement support. So we have opportunities. We have what skills are required. We have 10x support, 10x support from NXTWAVE on whatever is possible to accelerate your journey. Now, taking steps towards our end goal, that is placement, is very, very important. Each of us will be on different levels in the course with different skill levels, right? So one fundamental thing that you should understand is that after this meet, if you still have any questions or any other feedback that you want to hear, you just fill in the form. I'll go through each and everything that you fill, and soon we'll have one more meet, or you'll get things resolved. Okay, and success coaches, all these people will be allotted to you. Okay, that might take say 10 days time or so. Um, okay, once these people are allocated, you'll also understand what to learn, which path to go. Okay, before that, if you want to understand anything else, you just fill in the form, and yeah, you just fill in the form, and I'll go through each and every feedback. Okay, so one thing each of you should understand is that we have opportunities, we know clearly on what's required, and the kind of skills that are required, we have everything present in the platform. Okay, one only thing that's left is ignore the noise, and we should we should focus on whatever is required in order to get the outcomes we deserve. Yes or no? We need to get our heads right and work towards it. If you need anything, if you want anything, any more things from us, you can always reach out to us. Okay, and we'll support you with it. Okay, right. So one thing I want each and every one of you to understand is that for each and every one of at us at NextWave, your success, we believe that your success is our success, so we'll always strive to do that. Okay, clear? So Is this session clear for you? If the things are clear, you can just put a thumbs up. Right. I don't know, for some reason I'm not able to see the reactions from each and every one of you. But yeah, just give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So, like I was saying, I'm so happy that after so many days, I'm speaking to so many students in a live session. I'm very happy. Firstly, I'm pretty sure that you'll have a lot of takeaways from this session, and uh, things will only happen when we work upon them, right? So, we'll go to any extent to help you to give you the possible result that you want, right? And let's together do a lot of hard work. Yes or no? Right? All the best to all of you and wish you good luck. If there is anything, any further things, anything that you want to share, you just fill in the form. I'll go through each and every part in the form. Okay. And um, we ensure that all your queries or all your questions are resolved. Okay. All the best to each and every one of you. And you'll keep having sessions like this. Okay. And we'll keep discussing a lot more things. Okay. Clear? All the best to each and every one of you and goodbye.